This video, I'm going to be sharing with you why you should not create your own reality. I'm going to show you another way to go about it that will totally change the game and allow you to allow things into your life more than ever. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why there is an easier way to go about the manifestation process rather than trying to create your own reality, and how when you do that, you create so much resistance that isn't even necessary. Now, this is in a way kind of like a higher level paradigm. You can go for creating your own reality, but the road is much longer, there's much more struggle, and there's much more resistance. This is something that I've become aware of. I've been applying the law of attraction principles. I've been applying different manifestation techniques. And in essence, they all can get you to where you want to go, but some take much longer than others because the vibration that we bring into it may have resistance. That's something that I've realized. I still take action because I love to do what I do. However, many times with certain paradigms, it's almost like you have to go against the grain. When if you align the energy before you go in, everything begins to change. So another thing I'm going to be doing is in every video from here going on out, I'm going to intend to do a meditation at the end of every video. Now, the meditation is a shorter meditation, like 5 or 10 minutes, but what it is specifically designed to do is to wire in the ideas that we learned during the video to make the video more of an interactive type process rather than just something that you listen to. I really believe this can be the next step for integrating ideas into our life, is combining what we know about awareness and teaching and learning with that of meditation. We can interact the two. That's what I want to start doing on this channel. I think it can be an absolute game changer. So I encourage you to stick around to the end, to listen to the meditation, to follow along, and to wire in these ideas so that it's easy to apply. So what do I mean with this process when I say that we should not create our own reality? Well, creating our own reality comes from the frame that what we want to experience does not exist right now. However, the paradigm that I've been manifesting from, the paradigm I've been teaching, has been understanding parallel realities. And what quantum physics shows us is that there is an infinite number of parallel realities that do exist. So there is a version of you that is doing exactly what you love, that lives in the perfect house, that has the perfect significant other. All of these things are lined up. That version of you exists right now. But if you think that you have to go out there and actually create it, there's a lot of struggle that comes, and it comes from a paradigm that says, I do not currently have that which I want, therefore I want it. The other thing that happens when we are intending to create our own reality is we're coming at it from the frame that we really desire it. And many times desire is actually a block. Now, desire can be powerful if it is translated into intention and we start to move the energy in a certain direction. However, a lot of people will stay in desire, and the more that you reaffirm the desire in the present moment, the more you are reaffirming that you do not have that which you currently want. So if I were to desire right now to go outside and to do something, maybe to go for a run, I could easily translate that into intention, go out there and go for a run. That's something I don't have much resistance to. However, if I were to stay around all day and just desire it for 8 hours, I'd be creating a lot of resistance because I'm also reaffirming in the present moment that I'm not doing that, or that I can't do that, or maybe I have some type of blocks about it. And many times in the same way, we do that with a whole bunch of other things in our life. We affirm and say, I desire a relationship, but the relationship is not currently here. So I desire it because I currently lack it. Therefore, in the present moment right now, which by the way, the present moment is the only moment that does exist, what happens is I'm constantly reaffirming a lack mentality, and I'm constantly reaffirming a reality which I don't prefer. So instead, there's a more powerful way to go about this. And this has to do with understanding that we can condition ourselves to already feel the emotions that we want, because anytime we are feeling an emotion anyways, we think it's something on the outside, but really it's us giving ourselves permission to feel a certain way. Think about it. The love that we have for somebody else, we also have for ourselves. We use somebody else as a symbol. We say, oh, I've met you now. You are making me feel this way about myself. But in reality, that's a symbol. Maybe you do feel a connection with that person, but that love that you feel for someone else is also within you when you start to condition yourself to know that you are already whole and complete. This is a new paradigm. So what we know about quantum physics, what we know about parallel realities, is that there's an infinite number of parallel realities that exist. And that rather than us trying to create something that doesn't already exist, because it does already exist, it exists in the alternative space is what it's called, it exists in the infinite number of parallel realities, we know it already exists. So instead of creating it, the key is choosing it. Choosing it. Out of all the options there are, you can allow things to happen. You don't have to try so hard. You can simply be that which you prefer to be. This is the game changer that I'm talking about. Because when you realize that the version of you doing exactly what you want to be doing for a living, with the perfect house, in the perfect house, with the perfect spouse, when you're doing all of these things, this is what happens. Because as you start to realize that version of you exists now, you can start to resonate with that version of you. You can start to tell yourself a new story about who you are. You see, our story is constantly controlling our life, whether we realize it or not. Every day we wake up, we have certain stories that we tell ourselves about who we are. People treat me this way. I always attract this type of person. I can't go just do this because this will happen. I can't go to work and have this and feel this type of way because the boss will be there to say this. We have all of these little stories that we're completely unaware of. They're all subconscious. But if we start to tell ourselves a new story, we start to link up with the new version of ourselves, because all the different versions of ourselves exists right now. Because there's an infinite number of parallel realities that do exist. This is something that quantum physics shows. This isn't just a cool little theory. This is literally the way that physics is going and what physics is learning. There's a whole bunch, millions and billions of interlapping parallel realities. There's a version of you that's doing exactly what you love. There's the version of you doing the exact opposite. And when you realize that what you want already exists, how do you relate to that? Much easier. Things are much easier than you priorly thought that they were. It's much easier for you to allow things to happen because it already exists. But if you have to create it, you start putting things on your back and you start carrying around luggage that isn't yours. You're like, I have to do this, I have to do that, and it creates a lot of resistance. Realize that what you want to experience in your life also wants to experience you. What do I mean by this? If you want to attract a relationship in your life, guess what? There's somebody else that wants to attract you into their life. So it's not so much that you have to create it. You get to co-create it with the universe, co-create it with whatever term you want to use for this. But because you get to co-create it, you can come at it with the awareness that you are already whole and complete. You trust the universe to bring you what you want. You trust that parallel reality that as you start to link up with the thoughts, the emotions, the actions of that version of you, everything begins to change. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is through your story. Your story is what is controlling your life. When you wake up every morning, the story you tell yourself is going to be the version of you that you continue to bring forth in your life. And when you start to let go of things that no longer serve your story, maybe it's that you're this shy person, you're afraid to do this, anytime you go do this, this happens. Ways that you see the world, the kind of definitions you have, control your life. So this is more so about taking your power back by actually letting go. Let go of the stories that don't serve you. Let go of believing that this process has to be hard. A major part of the manifestation process is how you relate to the manifestation process in general. Many people say the law of attraction doesn't work. And guess what? If they don't believe it works, then they will create the illusion of a discontinuity between their thoughts and their actions and what they experience. It's not that it doesn't work, but the beliefs create our reality. So therefore, the belief reflection we see is that the law of attraction doesn't work. But of course, the law of attraction not working is bringing reflections, is bringing and attracting more situations that prove that it doesn't work, therefore in reinversing the whole idea itself. Because the paradox is it is working, just not in the way that you prefer. So how do you relate to the manifestation process? Do you believe that you have to try so hard, that you have to make things happen, that your ego has to do everything? Or can I invite you right now to start to allow things to happen in a much easier way? To understand that you are whole and complete, that you are who you choose to be, that the story you tell yourself can change, and as that story changes, everything in your life will begin to change. It is this simple. Repetition of the story that you tell yourself will begin to influence your mind in a completely new way, and you will begin to see a new reflection in your life. Here's the thing though. Most people don't use the repetition. Most people do it once or twice. You might see a little result. Then they go back to their old way of being, therefore not creating that change. So what I'm encouraging you to know is that the emotions you want to experience, you can condition right now. That as you begin to realize that what you want to experience exists right now, you begin to then relate to the whole process of manifestation in a new way, because you do not have to try as hard as you probably thought. All you have to do is choose what you want in your life. Choose the thoughts that you're having. Choose the actions you could take. Follow your excitement. Do this, and I promise you it will change your life. And when you start to relate to the whole manifestation process in a new way, by knowing it is so much easier than you priorly thought, everything will change. Let go of the beliefs that don't serve you about the manifestation process, of thinking you have to do everything. Who's the you? It's the ego that's saying that. The ego does not have to do everything. This is about alignment, aligning to the greater energy of who you are, because I want to let you know you are so much more vast than you think. You think, and many people think, and I thought for a very long time that I was just my ego. But there's so much more to who we are. There is a higher self version of us. There's a larger essence of who we are. And when we align with who we are meant to be by following our excitement, synchronicities happen so easily. We just have to choose what we want, because we're in alignment with a larger energy stream than just the ego desiring certain things. Desiring as if we don't already have it, as if we're already not whole and complete. Guess what? You are whole and complete, and all you have to do is choose that is the case. Choose the actions you take. Choose the direction that you go in. Choose things in your life. Don't create your reality. Choose it. It already exists. You don't have to try so hard, I promise you. So what we're going to do now is we are going to do a meditation. It's going to be a quick meditation, maybe 5 or 10 minutes tops. And what we're going to do is we're going to first connect to our heart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to imagine a couple different things, to imagine how easy the manifestation process is, to imagine that you can relate to your goals in a completely new way, that you don't have to desire so much, that you can more so just be, that we don't always get what we want in life, but we always get a reflection of who we are being. So if you change the way you go about it and you realize it's more about who are you, which version of you are you, everything begins to change. And that's why I think this meditation could be a game changer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cue the music, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into it. So right now, what I'd like to ask you to do is take in a deep breath in and out with me. And as you breathe out, bring the awareness into your heart center. And what you can actually do for this is you can put your hands over your heart and you can feel from this place. And the more you do this, the more you start to wire yourself to increase the energy field in your heart. The energy field in your heart is thousands of times more powerful than that of the head. This in itself is a complete game changer and changed my life. I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, and it has changed everything about the way I go about manifestation. So what I encourage you to do is to put your hands in your heart like this and to breathe in and out. We're going to do that right now. What I invite you to do as well is to close your eyes. This is something I'm going to do here in a minute as well. Close your eyes and imagine yourself relaxing. Imagine the energy in your heart increasing. And let's go ahead and we'll get into the meditation. So I'd ask you to breathe in right now. As you breathe out, feel the energy inside of your heart center. Put your hands over your heart if you like. And feel free to close your eyes. Now we're going to take another deep breath in. Deep breath out, and we're going to bring even more awareness into our heart center. So let's take another deep breath in and out. As you breathe out, what I'd like to ask you to do is to also smile, because the simple act of smiling allows you to release more serotonin, more feel-good chemicals, and allows you to connect to who you really are. Now pay attention to the energy in your heart center and understand that the energy in your heart is so powerful. This may be the missing key to you very powerfully creating what you want in your life. And the more you put your energy in your heart center, the more you grow the electromagnetic energy around your body. Now, what I'd like to ask you to do is to bring your awareness now around your whole energy field. And understand that your energy field goes much further beyond that you priorly thought that it did. That there's a toroidal field that goes around your body that resonates at a certain frequency depending on the thoughts that you are continuously thinking, the emotions you are feeling, and the actions you are taking. All of these combined equals the vibration of the energy field around your body. Now bring the awareness into your heart center and feel compassion just by setting the intention. You can begin to feel the warmth in your heart increasing. You can feel it expand around your body and understand that as you do this, you are increasing your vibration more and more. Now, what I'd like to ask you to do is to remember something in your past that happened that made you feel amazing. This could be simply some type of award that you won. Could be you in the perfect location enjoying yourself with friends and family. Could be you accomplishing a big goal, you winning something, whatever it is. Imagine that scenario in your mind and feel it from your heart. Imagine it as if you're looking through your own eyes in that experience. What colors do you see? Imagine them getting brighter and brighter. What sounds do you hear? Imagine the sounds getting louder and louder. How are you feeling in the moment of this scenario? Now pay attention to the feeling in your heart. And I invite you to imagine that this feeling in your heart, this feeling amplifies times 10 right now. You can feel the energy, the warmth in your heart increasing. You feel more connected to yourself than you ever have in your life. You can feel how much love is within you. Now bask in this energy, and I'm going to guide you through some ideas that will help you to manifest what you want more easily than ever. Understand that manifestation is so much easier than you have ever thought before. That the way that you relate to manifestation can be so much easier if you simply realize that you don't have to do everything. All you have to do is align with the energy, is align with the emotions, is focusing on how you feel. And as you focus more on how you feel, everything in your life will begin to change. I'd like to ask you right now to imagine one of your goals, something you want to manifest in your life. Imagine you experiencing that right now. Imagine it as if you're looking through your own eyes and you can see what you would see accomplishing your goal. Pay attention to how you feel in your body. Pay attention to how other people respond to you. What colors are you seeing? What sounds are you hearing? This version of you experiencing what you want in your life exists right now in the present moment. This is who you now choose to be. For the rest of the day today, you will notice a new reflection in your life. You will notice things happening easier and easier for you than ever before, because this is now who you are. Repeat after me. I am whole and complete. I am whole and complete. I am grateful for everything in my life. I see a new reflection in my life because I have changed. What I want to manifest in my life wants to manifest me. Manifestation is so easy. I am grateful for all the synchronicity in my life. I'm grateful that people resonate with me at a deeper level. I'm so grateful that manifestation is more easy than I've ever thought before. Now imagine this energy in your heart spinning faster and faster. Imagine the energy once again increasing. And know that as you go throughout your day today, everything in your life will start to give you a new reflection. People will respond to you in a new way. You will start to see things in your life in a totally new way. And you will manifest things more easily than ever, because what you want to experience already exists. All you have to do is remember this meditation, remember the energy in your heart, focus on how you feel, and everything in your life will change. I want to thank you for being here today. I want to encourage you to know that things will continue to get better, that what we just did is we wired in this understanding at a totally new level. This goes beyond the intellectual. This goes into a whole embodiment of how we prefer to be, and that going forward, everything in your life will change if you choose it to. You don't have to create it, as if it's all about choosing that is true for you. So with that being said, if you would like more guided meditations from me, go ahead and comment below and let me know. I will do more videos like this. I do have a guided meditation on raising your vibrational set point that I think is very powerful. It's going to be in the top of the description box below. It will help you to raise your vibration so that you create and choose from a totally new level. Another thing I'll be doing is more live Q&As and meditations on Instagram. So if you want to connect to me there, I'll go ahead and put my Instagram here as well. We'll have more of an interactive experience there. And once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe so you can see my daily videos along with these meditations, and I'll be doing more of those as well. With that being said, peace, much love, and namaste.